That's right. Magic time it is. We have one that 5-0'd relatively recently and felt appropriate for a Halloween week. And probably right around Halloween Day for those on YouTube. This is Blue Black Zombies here in Modern. So, there's a lot of things going on with this list. Let's break it down briefly and then we'll get into our games. First off, 20 lands, 2 of which are this Awakening card, which allows you to recur cards from the graveyard to the battlefield, I believe. Yep, battlefield. So it's an expensive card, but it throws things back to the battlefield, which is kind of nice. For about 5 mana, we'll get a 1-drop and a 2-drop. 6, you get a 3rd drop as well. 10 spells that are not creatures. Fatal Pushes here, Village Rites, and Aether Vials. Now, if you've seen my historic red-black Croxa Flare list, you'll be familiar with Village Rites, but Village Rites reads sack a creature and draw 2 cards. It's kind of nice because we have things that have Undying, we have things that we can recast, and so this is just, for the most part, 1 mana, draw 2. We also have Carrion Feeder here, which can't block. Let's note how many things can't block. Sacrifice and put a counter on Carrion Feeder, so that's pretty nice. We have Dread Wanderer, which has returning abilities. It enters tapped. It's a 2/1. So it can return from the graveyard to the battlefield. We can activate this at sorceries and only if we have 1 or fewer cards in hand, so if we're close to being Hellbent. Crypt Breaker for those zombie fanatics here makes a zombie and also you can draw. You need 3 zombies, kind of like an Azami Scroll Mage. Azami, oh, what is her name? Blue Mage, tap like 2/3 wizards, draw cards. This is the Crypt Breaker, the zombie version. We have Gravecrawler, can't block. This is a good one from the good old days of the Innistrad block. You get to cast this from your graveyard if you have a zombie. Our deck is flush full of zombies, so pretty much if we have a creature out, we'll get to recast Gravecrawler. Undead Augur here is whenever a zombie you control dies, you draw a card and lose 1 life. So this is kind of a nice little way to fill our hand back up with maybe Carrion Feeder and Gravecrawler, or Carrion Feeder and future cards that I'm about to talk about. So, Draw Engine, 2/2, zombie, fits the theme. Soul Diviner is kind of cool because if you tap this, you can remove a counter from an artifact, creature, land, or planeswalker I control, and we draw a card. What's cool is you do Carrion Feeder to sack, and then you get an Undying trigger on Geralf's Messenger. And Geralf's Messenger, when it enters the battlefield, does 2 and all that, but it has Undying, so it's going to get +1/+1 counter. Soul Diviner gets to remove that. So this is kind of cute that it gets to remove some things. You can also use it with Carrion Feeder a little bit to draw some cards. So Draw Engine's in here at the 2 slot. Geralf's Messenger was mentioned. We have Undying here, enters the battlefield tapped. It's pretty high on the devotion count with 3 pips. Does quite a bit. Really nice card. Captain here is our Zombie Lord. Not for itself though. It has Death Touch, and whenever a zombie you control dies, opponent loses a life. It's kind of like the Zulport, Drogskull, Captain, Zombie Lord thing for the deck. So we got some of that. Plague Belcher here puts -1/-1 counters on things, and whenever people die, opponents lose life. So it's the Zulport, reset Geralf's Messenger plan, and then we got Murder Strider because it's just solid, destroys creatures and planeswalkers, and has some life link. No Merchant here because the deck tops out at 3. We could arguably be going up to 5, but this was the 5-0 list, so that's what we'll be running. Because we're in blue, we get some interaction in terms of permission or counterspells, some Ceremonious Rejections and Aether Gusts here, no need for reintroduction. Bantu's here, Feed the Swarm, we're familiar with all this. Most people are familiar with Counterspell. It's a counterspell for non-creatures, or basically a negate Dovin's Veto style, but it causes life loss. Force of Despair is an interesting one here because we can destroy creatures by exiling a black card instead of paying. So it's one of the force cards, and because we can recur most of our creatures, it's pretty nice to have this as a bit of a almost free spell for the most part. Finally, Spark Harvest is in here. So this has a sacrifice a creature or we pay, so you can get it for 1 mana or for 5. And we can destroy a creature or a planeswalker. Again, this doesn't matter too much. We sack a Gravecrawler or maybe have a Dread Wanderer and you get it back. Blue-black zombies. We got Cavern of Souls here. We got the blue-black lands. Let's play some Magic. What's up, Zale and G Panta? Let's change off of that. That's for later. Let's go. I'm ready to play Magic. As a quick reminder, for those live right now, Friday, I will not be here, but someone else will. Someone else will, and it's going to be a scary time. How scary? Well, maybe not thematically scary, but for us, scary. First match here, let's play some Magic. Let's go. For all the YouTube folks that are like, oh man, I'm going to check out Friday, and this video is going to go up after Friday, probably. So, sorry. Alright, initial hand here looks pretty good. We've got 2 lands, not too bad. Fatal Push and Crypt Breaker plus Aether Vial. I think I'll keep. Seems decent. We lost the dice roll as well. There's a lot of War of the Spark cards and Throne. Almost Pioneer. Almost. Close. Wooded Foothills for our opponent. Snow-covered Forest and Elvish Reclaimer. Probably just want to kill this, honestly. There's probably little reason for this to stick around, because if they have the flagstones, then it gets kind of annoying. So just kill that off. We'll get an Aether Vial and a Crypt Breaker down here. There's the flagstones. Could even just throw 2 creatures out here. I kind of like doing the 2 creature plan here and just starting to beat down. Aether Vial's been skipped for interaction. With my opponent hopefully not having too much here, we can just kind of go the route of beating my opponent down. Dryad here plus the castle means my opponent does get that option of playing Titan. I think I've just got to kind of got to go for it here. Let's just put the Geralt's Messenger into play, deal a little bit of damage here. We'll just pass because we lose both of our creatures. We can use this to draw. Maybe make some more stuff or whatever. Opponent shocks in here. We're right on track here for a Titan. It looks like we have a Titan here. We're going to have to deal with Titan, Field, and Valakut. Valakut's going to be able to shoot 2 things here. They opt for double Valakut instead, shooting Geralt's Messenger, Gravecrawler, Crypt Breaker, alright, and myself. It's not the worst. We get an Undying trigger here. I would love to just be able to kill the Primeval Titan. I probably have to. Wish I had something else going on here. I can't quite kill both here. It's probably Murder Strider, kill Primeval Titan, just take whatever land they have. It's going to shoot this probably. I do this now instead of later so that I can attack with Geralt's Messenger. We're almost dead though. So we get into 9. A land or even a fetch land's a problem. Okay, a fetch land. Ramunap. Excavator here, and we are dead. 6 damage upstairs plus fetch equals another additional 6 and puts us to -2. Alright. And we know they have lands. I know they have multiple, just basics. Alright, so we killed the Reclaimer. My opponent had mulligan down quite a bit, and we were hoping that that would have set him back. And it maybe didn't quite do that. Alright, Aether Gust feels good here. I feel like Spark Harvest could be good. Bontu's probably not so much. I don't think I want Counter Squall either. Maybe Feed the Swarm. So the idea being, I'm just going to kill whatever I need to or tempo it out. I wonder if Feed's just a little bit better than Spark Harvest here. So what do we want to take out? Fatal Push is probably... It's interesting because Fatal Push can get rid of the Reclaimer. But it's probably not what I need to be worried about. I need to be worried about everything that Fatal Push is a little harder to kill. We only have 4 fetch lands, so Fatal Push isn't always going to be turned on here. I can see like 1 Plague Belcher out. Maybe even both. Let's see here. We want the Grave Crawlers. The Undead's probably okay to have. Maybe just take one of those out. 1 Geralf's Messenger out, maybe. Let's think here. Kind of want to take one of these out. So that's 4. That could be 2 Aether Gust, 2 Force of Despairs. To Spark Harvest and a Feed the Swarm. Bring the Undead back in and get rid of this Fatal Push. Kind of playing around with the idea here. I don't want to be doing Bantus, I don't think. Because my opponent's just going to be like, that's fine. I'm just going to make more tokens, like more zombies for them. So I think doing this is probably okay. I like the tempo play. I like to be able to kill anything that does hit the battlefield versus having the Fatal Push being a little bit weaker. So let's go ahead and run this. Bottom list there. Top list is for those that are interested in the Vesperal Arc list, since that was just recently pushed to Reddit. And another list there for later. Alright, no fast dealios here. Nothing super fast here. I don't mind just, this is on turn 2, this is on turn 3. I don't mind the curve. We can hold on to the Awakening here. I just don't know if it's going to be fast enough. Let's go ahead and keep. I'm not disappointed in the curve. I'm just concerned that Aether Vial as your first card is just not going to be maybe the strongest thing to be doing. But I guess a Gravecrawler is only going to be getting in 2 points of damage. Alright, there's the Reclaimer again. Aether Vial. We're going to put this up to 1. Alright, this actually kind of works in our favor here. Let's do Fetch Shock. Let's put Augur in and pass the turn. We got a pretty good curve here. Radiant Fountain. Okay. Seems fairly safe. Let's activate this, put a Crypt Breaker in. Crypt Breaker doesn't really get through here. Aether Vial goes up to 2. I feel pretty confident putting this up to 2. Let's go ahead and name Zombie here. Let's go to combat. Let's attack. Should get through, I would imagine. I think it's just play Geralf's Messenger and pass turn here. We don't get to use Crypt Breaker here, but having a 3/2 next turn to attack in with will be just fine and dandy, probably. We will probably let Aether Vial float up to 3 here in case I top deck a creature. Then I could put either Vial and the creature in, or the Aether Vial. My opponent goes and gets a flagstone so that they can do some ramping with Elvish Reclaimer here. Okay. Aether Vial. I'm thinking I want to put this up to 3, but maybe I should hold it 2. Let's hold it at 2. Okay, we had a Grave Crawler here. Let's go combat. I think this is a pretty easy just attack with these. Put a Grave Crawler into play. Ooh, we're blocking here. Okay. We're just using this to ramp and block so that they stop taking damage. Seems reasonable. We're fetching with Wooded Foothills here. Temple Garden. Shoxin. Ah. Planning to path over here and kill this. This is pretty good. We'll go get a land. Pretty good little turn for our opponent. Alright, we lose a life, we draw a card. We get another land here. We're going to play Grave Crawler. We'll play our Aether Vial out, and we'll plan to make a zombie. That path was very problematic. Pretty problematic. Cavern of Souls. Name's Giant. 1, 2, 3, 4. We have Primeval Titan again. Alright. We'll see what lands they decide to go get. I'm thinking a random land plus a field. No, they go for 2 fields here. I only have 1 thing in the yard, so I don't think the Awakening makes a whole lot of sense here. Do yes. We're going to now say always no, always yield. We have 1 and 2. We have a Drog Skull Captain here. Play the captain out. There really is not a whole lot I'm able to do here, is there? Let's tap a little bit here and see if I can draw something to get rid of Primeval Titan. Definitely not. Alright, so we almost need to be able to find like a combo here. We'll be putting out the Undead Augur. I'm really concerned about what they've got here though. They could be Celestial Purges. That's what they do have. Purge does not mean dying, so we'll just let that happen without Undead Augur showing up. Yep. Bajuka Bog. Well, I'm kind of glad that I got rid of the Awakening then. Okay. Make 2 zombies. Put the Undead Augur in. I could double block over here if I wanted to. There's no triple block happening with the Primeval Titan. I don't feel like this is a very good start for the list. They make a lot more zombies than I can. Alright, block, block. I assume they'll reorder. They don't. We do draw. We draw an Aether Vial. Not exactly what we want. I think with an extra Primeval Titan, we're probably dead at this point. Bounce Land plus something else? With Flagstone. Zombie deck getting out zombied? Look at this. I can't do anything. Look at all the zombies they're about to make. Look at all the zombies they're gonna make. Even if I had a Bantus here, the next land just does this or they blow stuff up, we can concede. Even if I had a Bantus. Bantus would also deal me, what, 3 damage? So I'd be at 5. Yeah, we weren't getting there. We got out-zombied. That's what happened. That's okay, though. Let's keep it going. Let's keep it going. We need to not be fighting against a deck that decides to put 30 things out when they go fetch some lands. Need to be against something a little more creature-to-creature ratio. Let's do it. All right, 3 lands here, Gravecrawlers and Village Rites. All right, I'm willing to try something like this. Botanical Sanctum, that doesn't look like a good idea. Gravecrawler pass turn. Please don't be Gristlebrand. Please. Shock in here. Augur. I think I've got to kill them ASAP here, so let's get it going. Waterlog Grove. This is going to be Gristlebrand, isn't it? I'm just trying to have fun. Evolution to Gristlebrand. Can I not fight this match? Thank goodness I didn't fight this with Vesperlark. This thing we see all the time, right? Alright, well, they cast the Summoner's Pact, so I guess I kind of let this resolve all the way out. Just to see if they have enough of the Nourishing Shoals and don't accidentally get stuck with them all at the bottom of the deck. That being said, they can draw one more time here. Should be good. It's a Noxious Revival. Noxious Revival picked up a Nourishing Shoal, so they're guaranteed to have the Nourishing Shoal. It's a pretty good way to make sure that you don't run into it. They're down to 2 here with 7 cards left. Nourishing Shoals goes up to 9. It's kind of interesting. Up to 16. 14 to draw here. They can draw the remainder of their deck here. I think we're dead. I think they're gonna make blue here. Put the Lab Maniac down. Draws the remainder of their library. Now they can't convert this to blue mana, can they? 3 Simian Spirit Guides, Wild Cantor. That will make blue. That's one way to do it. They couldn't draw. Lab Maniac, draw. I suppose if I would have left up Village Rites and Fatal Push, I could maybe hit the Lab Maniac here. Alright, Counter Squall's in. And Aether Gusts. And could maybe force a Despair too, just to kind of mess him up a little bit. Let's bring these in. Plagues out. Let's see here. Fatal Pushes all can come out. Honestly, an Aether Vial can come out. We're just looking for ways to kill their stuff. This Spark Harvest is sorcery speed. Feed the Swarm is sorcery speed. We're basically bringing in anything that's instant speed here. Because we've got to interact with our opponents. Let's play first. No lands. Mulligan. All right, I have lands here, but I have nothing that interacts if they were to immediately go for this. I can't imagine this hand wins. I need interaction. We'll mulligan again. Counter Squall, 2 lands, neither of which are blue. I kind of want to keep this, though, and get rid of the 2 blue cards and see if we can top deck that blue one. So we'll keep. We'll see what happens. I don't care about Leyline. I'm not thought seizing you. Don't worry, we don't thought seize you. We're just looking for that blue mana. Grove. Blue mana. Ooh, alright, well that could help. Definitely gonna Village Rites at end step here, trying to find blue mana. Nice. Village Rites here. Didn't find blue. Uh-oh.
For the Lux.
For the Lux. I need to find blue mana. Huh. I could sacrifice this and draw another card here. I think I want to. Blue mana, where are you? No. Oh, no. Plays a wild Cantor down. Okay. Makes blue and green. All right, they've got to win the combo here. The first 7 cards has to have it, or they lose. Plays a land. They pass back. I wonder if they can pay. I just play an Undead Augur and pass the turn, right? Go ahead, opponent. You gotta pay for pact. You packed. Do we have 2 Simian Spirit Guides? Manamorphose. Alright. Manamorphose. They're looking for their Simian Spirit Guides. Okay. Sounds good. Let's go again. We need to have the blue and the black and the Counter Squall and the Aether Gust. That's what we need. Yep. By the way, Mad Knives, thank you for the 200 bits. And the luck, it paid off. It paid off. All right. The opponent has mulliganed to 6. But this hand doesn't do enough. I think no. I think we go again looking for the blue cards. We have that interaction. Oh, we're so close. I'm going to keep it. We're going to get rid of... Probably just a cow. Nah, just get rid of an Aether Vial. Gonna put the feeder down. We may Village Rites it pretty quickly to try to find that blue. Aether Gust is pretty good. We just had 2 caverns instead. We only have 2 caverns in the list. Gemstone. Alright. Alright, Fetch Shock here, Water Grave, play the Carrion Feeder, pass the turn. Definitely going to be at least getting in here. Double Gemstone. Well, it's turn 2. Not much I can do about that. All my interactions on turn 2. Even if I had the lands. Cool. Cool. I hope they fizzle, and then I need exactly Force, probably. Oh, nope, They've used a pack now. It's going to be a quick league. Look at them drawing those cards. They've got all but 9. Surely they've got this. Nourishing Shoals up to 15. Easily 2 Manamorphoses somewhere in there. Noxious Revivals. Draws cards. It's kind of interesting they do the Noxious Revival. Goes back up. At least his opponent plays very quickly. Oh well. Got turn 2'd. What are you going to do? What was it? Turn 3 and turn 2'd? And the first game we didn't have it. We almost got killed as well. The previous game too. Made mana. We good? Lab Maniac? Alright. Okay. Let's move on. Let's move on. Let's not play Gristlebrand for the rest of the night. How about that? How about that? Let's go. Match 3. Blazing through these. The faster we lose, the faster we lose. Need that Force of Negation. By the way, you would not play Force of Negation in this. We don't have enough blue cards to pitch to. Don't think that's a good idea. Please don't take this list and put that in. You'll be upset. Mad Knives. You're up to a new bit badge. I'm trying to remember when this this one comes in. It's a bit reward. You get it. I think you just unlocked that one. You got a new emote, just like that. Or is it, or hold on. No, it's at 10,000. You're at 1,000. All good. Thanks for the support. We get to play first. No 1-drop. 4 lands seems relatively high. Four lands seems real high for this list. Let's mulligan and get something lower to the ground. Here we go. This is lower. Keep. Who needs interaction? That's hilarious. Only 9,000 more to go. So, yeah, sorry. Sorry. I thought it was 1,000 to 10,000. I'd like to put an emote on 1,000. That'll work for me. Aether Vial goes up. New badge is good. Exactly. Exactly. All right. Let's put Gravecrawler in. Let's go ahead and put the Carrion Feeder in here. And then sacrifice. As long as they don't kill Carrion Feeder. Replay Gravecrawler past turn. That seems like a pretty good turn. Pretty good. Wooded Foothills here. Overgrown Tomb. Sideways. Interaction Modern. What is this, Jund? I hope not. I hope it's not Jund. These are Jund colors. Maybe they're not Jund. Wrenn and 6. That's crazy. That's crazy. Why would you play Wrenn and 6? That's a crazy card to be playing. Aether Vial goes up to 2 here for me. Let's attack. We're going to kill Wrenn and 6 here. I'm going to play our Messenger down. Yield the Geralf's Messenger trigger and pass. Looking pretty good. Yeah. Check this out. Got this Undod Augur. We can do the Geralf's Messengers. We can replay this a million times. It's looking pretty good. Just saying. What are you going to do to me, opponent? K command. Alright, in response, put the creature out. Discard and destroy target artifact. Bummer. Gonna sacrifice Geralt's Messenger here to draw a card now that we're past that. Undying trigger, deal damage, put Plague Belcher out. Ooh, this looks like a really nice little line here. Gonna attack for a Pagillion. Plague Belcher on the Geralt's Messenger. Sack, and win the game. Boom. Turn 4. Turn 4. That's right. All right. Do I want either of these? I have Fatal Push. Just send it back. Send it back. Who cares? Good luck, opponent. Looks good. Looks fantastic. Confirmed modern deck? Confirmed. Can beat Jund. Easiest game of my life. Just as easy as watching my Gristlebrand opponent kill me. That's easy mode. You have a conversation with your opponent. You're like, hello, I just came here to watch you play Magic. I'm glad I drove 30 minutes to an hour to get here and waited 2 hours while our organizer got ready. This has been a great match. How are you doing? You say this all with a smile. Let the salt flow through you. Let's just put basic swamp down. Crypt Breaker pass turn. Just gonna be playing the creatures out. No real reason not to. Just gonna do zombie into zombie into zombie into zombie. Maybe zombie, 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 zombie. Are you familiar with MTG Remy on YouTube? No, I'm not. I don't watch a lot of YouTube anymore because we're generating way too much content for YouTube. I should probably stop. No one will miss our content, and we can just start watching YouTube again. That sounds like a great idea. Alright, I've got a Fatal Push here that I can mess with this. I'm sort of just tempted to go ahead and just play the Undead Augur here, because if they go killing my stuff, I draw cards. So we'll just do that and pass turn. It's just a 1-2, and even if it were to like be a 3-4, even a 4-5, I'm kind of okay with that. I don't see them necessarily thought seizing, and if they do, we have 2 removal spells here. He has a song on just this topic. On the topic of what, Gristlebrand? Oh my gosh, they didn't swing? They didn't play anything? I don't know what I'm supposed to do here. My opponent didn't do anything. Well, let's name Zombie. I'm kind of tempted to just Gravecrawler and pass the turn with Fatal Push up. And then if my opponent does like nothing here, yeah, they're gonna go after Undead Augur, and I get a land. Okay, I'll take my land. Hooray, land. And we draw a card. Woo! Card drawn. Just Geralt's Messenger, or do we play the Captain down? I think this is a Geralt's Messenger. Even though we won't get to draw with the Crypt Breaker here, I'm kind of okay with that. We're just going to drain my opponent for 2 life and just pass the turn. Exclamation point deck will get you it. We currently have 3 lists there. You'll just pick the one that reads zombie in the title. Stomping Ground, my opponent has found a red. Yeah, so we have Vesperal Arc, which is a deck we do, Dredge, which we'll be playing later, and Zombies. Ooh, Inquisitions, finally. All right. Opponents decided to interact with us in a meaningful manner to our hand, as Jund does. Moderator indeed, coming in clutch. Look at that little Little 1-year subscriber, mod, sword, and dang, you got some gift subs too. That's crazy, Grace. Assassin's Trophy, my Crypt Breaker. We're going to continue to get mana here. I believe this will just be Murder Strider and play a captain at this point in the game. They should attack for 4 because they know they're going to lose this to the Murder Strider. Attack for 4. You got it. Put me to 15. 15. There you go. All right. So fetch 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, and then this is third. I will shock here. 1, 2, 3. We'll swift N here. I take 2. We'll put captain down. And we'll attack for, what is that, 7? Put my opponent to 6. Kind of 4, because they can't really get rid of Geralt's Messenger very easily. Season Pyro. All right. Make little dudes. Ooh, little dudes. Little elementals. We're just going to flood the board with creatures here. Ooh, ooh. They steal my Soul Diviner. So they're at a figurative 3 because of Geralt's Messenger here. They're even less now. Go combat. Whoosh. Whoosh. Pretty sure we win this. Block de block de block. Replay this. Play this down. They're at 3. Go ahead. Opting to play Gravecaller here just because it's a recursive thing. I can get to Murder Strider at some point later in the game. Right now, if they blow up both of these, they die. So no damnations, no fatal pushes, really kind of nothing here. We take down Jund after being slapped by Titan and not playing with Gristlebrand. We get one against a fairly fair and modern standard deck. Nice. Nice. Zombies doing what they need to. We're just going to keep chugging these along. This is going to be the fastest league I've ever had. Not true. Red Punisher holds that. Ooh, my opponent is bad player for life. Bad player for life. Look at this. Look at these. 5 lands? Mulligan. Alright, I can do a 2-lander here with an Aether Vial. Who needs interaction? We'll keep this, get rid of Fatal Push. Right? Correct. Watery Grave down, shock it in. Aether Vial, go ahead, opponent. Go ahead. Your move. Just play a league of Neobrand. That'll be a very quick league. Who do you think I am, Grayus? Uh-oh, is it Jund again? Thoughtseize me. It's basically the same thing. Pick your poison. Not Dread. So Carrion and let me draw cards? Sounds good. Do it. Do it. Do it, do it, do it, do it. I'll help you out here. Carrion to the yard. Last thing you want is this to go to the yard. Maybe this, but I think you're doing Carrion. There you go. Good pick. Aether Vial goes up to 1. Obviously. Shock this in. We're going to put this one in. I'm just going to go ahead and play the Dread Wanderer now. I don't want them to do something really strange here. Want both of these in. Cool. Your move. Your move, opponent. This turns out of my hands. Got nothing. Bolts. We draw. They bolted the Undead Augur. Smart move. Maybe we should for science? Excuse me. Do you guys even know who you're talking to? You're suggesting illegal deck activity. I thought I knew you all. I thought I knew you all. Aether Vial in, Dread Wanderer in, Swamp on top. You have a lot of lands for 20 land deck here. In for 2 past turn. It's Jund again, so I think we're in an okay spot, though my Jund player has 5 cards and I have 1. People thinking I'll play Tron. That's hilarious. Raging Ravine sideways in. 2 mana Tarmogoyf. Renin 6. Picks up a Verdant Catacombs. Maybe shoots this. Okay. Shoots Dread Wander here. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1. We'll put this up on 1. This one we'll put up on. Let's just stay at 2 here. Land, return this. And pass the turn. Couldn't draw a 3rd land in your 31 land deck. Now I know where all the lands went. Exactly. We stole them. We're rude like that. Tarmogoyf. Alright. Tarmogoyf. Peatland. Uh-oh. Peatland's a bit of a problem. My opponent can draw a whole bunch of cards with Peatland. Yeah, we have 20, and really 2 of them are spell lands, so we have 18 lands. Peatland cycled here. Renin 6 picks up Peatland. Kind of behind here. We know there's a Fatal Push at the bottom because I haven't had a fetch land yet. We're going to sneak this zombie in, though. At least we get around the Tarmogoyf. It's, like, cute. Yes, I'd like to use this ability. That is why I'm activating. Alright, Aether Vial, Aether Vial. I'm going to say always no, always yes to this one. And this one's going to be always no as well. I think 1 and 2 is fine to be sitting at here. Most of the deck is 1 and 2. This is always a no as well. New one here. Let's go combat. Probably just attack Renin 6, trying to keep this one off a little bit here. Whatever they block, we get back. Feels pretty good. Decides to block Gravecrawler here. We do 2 in at Renin 6. We just replay this and pass turn. Hooray! Hooray! We do kind of want to kill the Renin 6 because they can do exactly this. Just ping off the Gravecrawler here. Makes Tarmogoyf a 5/6, which is a bit problematic here. We die in 3 turns. New Renin 6. Pings off the other creature. Peatland. Oh, do I want to put the Gravecrawler in here? It would be able to kill Renin 6, but if we lose it, it'll be okay. It'll be okay. By the way, nothing we have blocks very well. The zombies keep showing up? They do. They do. Let's see if we can kill Renin 6 here. It's a little awkward because we're using our mana here and I don't have Aether Vial on 3. They do bolt. Bring back Dreadwander here and just pass the turn. I can put something up on 3 here. Obviously, this would be draining them some, but I don't think that drain will matter here. There's a Scavenging Ooze, so they get to eat my Gravecrawler now. So I don't get my Gravecrawler back. Scavenging Ooze is pretty good. Pretty good. Shoots Dread Wander. They'll probably eat that as well. I don't block anything here. I take 9, I go to 1. We're conceding here because I don't think I have a draw, which we kind of don't. All right. I might bring in Aether Gust to give this a shot. I could also do the Spark Harvest here. I know we didn't really do much against the Jund opponent last time. Do I want to make any changes? I'm on the play. On the play, combo's probably really good. Fatal pushes are pretty strong. Village Right's probably okay. I'm really tempted just to kind of send it back in. I don't feel like my opponent plays enough that I would need more removal. Jund isn't super, super heavy on creatures. And now that we know what we're playing against, we can kind of keep in maybe an appropriate hand. Like this is totally appropriate, right? Let's give it a shot. Give it a shot. Lean heavily on the Aether Vial. Don't be disappointed. Who needs lands? We were flooding out earlier anyway. Easy mode. Easy mode. Let's go. Don't Thoughtseize me. Just play your tap Raging Ravine. Alright, that works. That works. Aether Vial goes up to 1. Nice. We get a zombie here. I'm going to play another Aether Vial, though, and pass the turn. Pass the turn. We could do a 2 and a 3 here, depending on what we top deck. No creatures, no bolts for you. Sorry, opponent. Sorry. Love to get these Geralf's Messengers down. Two mana Abrupt Decay. Alright. That's fine. It doesn't totally set me back here. Look for a land, play a Geralf's Messenger. Aether Vial goes up to 1. Let's go ahead and play down our Undead Augur here. We don't have any other zombies for this at the moment, but I'd rather be a little bit mana efficient here. And I don't know if my opponent's going to actually play a creature. If they kill this, it replaces itself anyway. Wooded Foothills for our opponent. Fetching, perhaps Lily. Murderous Rider if my opponent maybe does a Lily. Fetch and Shock here. We're doing something at 3. Maybe it's K-Command. Plague Engineer. Alright, well, I have a Fatal Push for that later. Aether Vial goes up to 2. Land. Let's go ahead and put down a Geralf's Messenger and just pass the turn here. It is a 2/1, but it does the damage that we need. And we'll just pass. We can throw it in at the Plague Engineer, and if they block, then it resets itself as a 4/3. If they don't block, maybe they'll be killing something at some point and I get to Fatal Push. We'll be throwing this Aether Vial up to 3 for the next Geralf's Messenger, and then we'll have Murderous Rider or Fatal Push here. Both of which seem reasonable here. Pretty happy with those options. Hopefully you're happy as well. Red-green. We've got ourselves a Wrenn and 6. Okay. We draw. We lose a life as well, but we draw a card. Always reasonable here. No 2-drop. Land. Bloodstained Mire. Shock, or fetches. Basic Mountain. Two mana. New Wrenn and 6. Okay, I guess they'll just go up with this one now. Shoots Geralf's Messenger. That seems silly. Undying trigger. Comes back as a 3/2. Does some more damage. Interesting. Aether Vial. Goes up to 3. Ooh. This is getting closer and closer and closer. Alright, I think we fetch here. We Fatal Push. This will make this a 4/3. I'm really tempted to just attack here, them. 4 puts them to 5. I can just pass. I don't really care what they do with this Wrenn and 6. I'm planning to probably play Geralf's and just shoot whatever blocks here. Lily. That's fine. We discard a card, or sacrifice a creature. We'll sacrifice Geralf's Messenger. We could have put Geralf's Messenger in and put them to 1. We're still gonna get them here. It'll be okay, everyone. It'll be okay, I promise. Aether Vial is going to stay at 2 here. We'll attack them for lethal. Bolts it. They're going to go to 1. 2. Okay. Trying to think if there was anything fancy we needed to do there. Probably just do Awakening to grab the 2/2 here, and then plan to Aether Vial in the Murderous Rider. When they did the down tick, a slightly more paying attention line would to go ahead and Aether Vial in the Geralf's Messenger and sacrifice the new Geralf's Messenger to do 2 plus the sacrifice an additional 2 and then have 2 4/3s. It worked out for us, though. It worked out for us. Now that I'm on the draw, something tells me I wouldn't mind like an Aether Gust here, or even at 1 Spark Harvest. Do that over something like the Plague Belcher here. What is this? This is a 5/4. Let's take 1 soul out for a spark. And now looking at the deck, I think I said earlier that I thought there were more 2s. There's more 3s, so we should throw up to 3 with the Aether Vials. Can't wait for the hurricane season to be over. I know, Zale. So sorry. Keep getting hit with flying, crazy wind storms. We kept this hand because it's got a Fatal Push playing lands, Aether, Vial, and 2 creatures, along with a reanimation spell. Graph Digger's Cage. Alright. So that's where we're going. Aether Vial here, pass the turn. I don't think we have anything for a Graph Digger's Cage. Ceremonious Rejection, but it's already down, so glad I don't have that in. Wrenn and 6. It's clever, right? Pick up the land. Alright, Aether Vial. Let's put our second land down here. Let's put Undead Augur and pass turn. Plague Belcher's kind of cute here. We haven't seen this card. See if it becomes valuable for us. Bloodghast doesn't because we're not doing that much with land drops because we're an Aether Vial deck. Liliana. Okay. I feel like putting Carrion Feeder in here and just sacrificing the Carrion Feeder. We get the draw then. And I lose the smaller of the creatures, which can be pinged off by Wrenn and 6. There we go. A little more heads-up plays, right? Little more heads-up plays. When it picks up the land here. We're on turn 3, so they're at 3 mana. Gonna definitely be playing Geralf's Messenger. Throw up the Aether Vial to 2. Guess we'll go ahead and fetch and shock. Fetch, shock. Whoops. Play a Geralf's Messenger here. I think 2 has to go at Liliana here. I don't want another Liliana thing going on for us. I know the Wrenn and 6 is sitting at 5, but that's probably the least of my worries. Liliana uptick is valuable to them rather than a Wrenn and 6 at 3. So off it goes. Got a couple Fatal Pushes to clear the way. We have this Awakening that currently does nothing. It's just a land for us. 4 mana for our opponent. We've got a board state of 2 creatures, neither of which gets killed by Wrenn and 6. And if they kill Geralf's Messenger, I can use Plague Belcher to reset the Undying, which is kind of the key here. We may try to keep this hidden in hand as long as possible. Kalitas. Yeah. Alright. Now I'm kind of wishing I had my fetch land. Fatal Push doesn't exactly kill the traitor. Go up to 3 here. We need a Crypt Breaker. Do I just send Geralf's Messenger in, they block, I Fatal Push here, and then I reset it and put a Crypt Breaker out? That really doesn't seem awful. Push own creature? That's aggressive. I think just swinging in with Geralf's Messenger is fine here. Oh, he won't come back because of the cage. This is true. So I'm not resetting. Yeah, exiles too. What if I Plague Belcher my own undead here? Plague Belcher my own undead. And I can Fatal Push them. Before I do that, I need a Crypt Breaker. If I do Crypt Breaker, I can tap all of these and draw an extra card. I think we want to draw cards here. I won't draw. I just did. Yeah, I won't draw with this, but I could now Gravecrawler here and then Plague Belcher that and then shoot this, which is now starting to look like the best line for us. Because I don't need a Gravecrawler here. I know I can't get it back, but we keep Crypt Breaker here, then they have to shoot this. A million things we had to do there. I'm gonna put this in. I'm gonna hold this actually, in case they have a Liliana. We have a very strong board here. I like our board, and they're at 11. Why not shoot after they Ren ping the Crypt Breaker? I'm not so worried about that. We got the Plague Belcher that's gonna make them lose life, and we're gonna draw a card. Ooh, Village Rights. All right. I think there might have been a couple different lines there. I kind of like our line, just from my wide, vast experience with the list. Bloodbraid Elf into Abrupt Decay. This is nifty. They can get rid of the Geralf's Messenger or the Plague Belcher. I do wish I had the Village Rights open now to make a little more use of that, but we don't. Just got to go with what we got. That being said, we have a fairly strong hand here if my opponent decides that they can just swing at me. I imagine something stays back. Both stay back. All right. Aether Vial remains at 3. Okay. I can use this 3 to get rid of a Bloodbraid Elf. Because the Drogskull Captain will make this a 4/3. You can get through kind of the zombie here as well. If I play Dreadwander and Village Rights it, I draw more cards. I'm gonna draw a lot of cards if I do that. We probably just want to be patient with this. What if I attack here and then try to do the captain? Sneaky style. Let's go for it. Why not? I know the cage is kind of messing us up here. They block kind of like inappropriately here and doing this kind of slightly backwards. Then we don't lose Geralf's Messenger here. If they block this way, then we don't lose the Augur. Now we do 4 to them, and we don't lose, like, anything here. I'm good. I'm good. Go ahead. Go ahead. Just leave myself with Village Rights open. That sounds good. Zombies... Not saying this is a win yet, but we're feeling favored right now Zombies very difficult for them to deal with. Let's Village Rites this. We draw from Undead and we draw from Village Rites. Ancestral Visions, please. Gravecrawler. Okay. Geralf's and Dread. I can now Fatal Push the Bloodbraid Elf. Shoots Wander. Alright, alright. We draw more. Are they going to try to kill me this way? Spark Harvest. We can destroy the Planeswalker over here if we wanted to now. Does not attack. We'll go ahead and push this. They're at a virtual 4 because of the Geralf's Messenger. Aether Vial remains at 3. Swing with the team? Swing with the team. Pew pew. Assassin's Trophy Geralfs. Play our land. We draw a card. We do have the Undying trigger, but that fails because of Cage. We've been educated. Educated. Still getting in for 2. Dread Wander. Gravecrawler. Aether Vial. Go ahead. And we have Geralf's Messenger. Well, I don't know about. They can shoot one of these with the Renin 6 if they'd like to. We have 2 cards here. Jund. Put in its place. Even with a Cage, we would have won that so much faster. If the Cage wasn't there. Just enough removal. Well then. A little 0-2 start to a 2-0. That's something we don't normally do. Blood Moon seems like it would be a good Halloween stream card. Blood Moon's what we do all the time. For a Blood Moon player, there are things much scarier. Bad Moon? Time to get this 3-2, exactly. Bad Moon. What about Bad Blood Moon? Just play a red-black zombie list with Bad Moon and Blood Moon. There you go. Easy. Easy. Play Geralf's Messenger in your Blood Moon deck. Now, there's plans. There's plans for this Friday. I don't believe we're going to have an actual on Halloween thing. I'm not sure what the wife and I are doing on Halloween. Alright, opening hand seems pretty good. We'll go ahead and keep this 3 lands because of no Aether Vial here. We got a 1, a 2, and a 3 drop. Plus, something to draw more. No. Okay. Ooh. I'm good. I'm good. Merfolk. Merfolk. Alright, we'll lead with an Aether Vial here and pass the turn. Blood Moon. Lord of Atlantis. Alright, which tribe is stronger and better? A little worried that they are already off to a fairly strong start here, and I have no removal whatsoever. Undead Augur, pass the turn. Zombies versus the fishies. Tribal standoff. I think they're ahead. They got the jump on us. Attacks for 3. We'll no block that because we got the captain coming soon. The captain's gonna show up soon. Put the Gravecrawler into play. Aether Vial going up to 2. Let's name Zombie ourselves. Make Zombie Captain. Make a Zombie Captain. Look at combat here. Perhaps just attack with Gravecrawler? Nah, get in there. The race is on. I don't care if you have the flashy one. Flashes. 3/3. Gets rid of these abilities, unfortunately for us. Oh. Oh, and a Dismember? Oh! Talk about getting blown out! That's not good. Kill merfolk whenever you can? I'd love to. Just didn't draw our removal here. 11 damage. Up to 3. Sure. Bontus? I could draw with the Gravecrawler, but I've got to block all of these. And I have things that don't block. Merfolk have blocking on them. We do not. This could be a downside to our tribe versus their tribe. Okay. So, I think it's going to be every little creature, and we're going to bring Bontus in. Force of Despair is interesting here. I kind of want a shot at it. Watery Grave is going to be a liability. Yeah, it is. We can combo them, though. Alright, I'm kind of thinking I don't want to do Aether Vial, even though I'm bringing Bontus in. Maybe that's incorrect. But I'm kind of looking... Well, yeah, they can Spreading Seas, yeah. Huh. Hey, Cody, thank you for the party of 6. What's up? Being remanded might be a nightmare. We could do like one of out. I feel like I just want to jam-pack the deck full of things. I know we could be playing an Aether Vial and then Aether Vial like a creature in and get a removal spell, but something tells me that I just don't want to be playing Aether Vial against them. I'd rather be blowing all their creatures up and interacting. Let's play first. That awkward one lander, although the hand's pretty good, we'll go ahead and keep. People are like, what are you? Don't worry. Chill. Got this. Look at the breeding pool. Aether Vial of their own. Play a Carrion Feeder and attack for 2. Look at this. This Force of Despair is going to be great. They're going to play 2 creatures here. Watch. 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 Ah, they kept a one-lander too. Ha-ha. Watery Grave. We'll shock that in. Let's play the Undead Augur, so if they get all blocking crazy on me, we'll be fine. Attack them with everything. Cool, your turn. It is merfolk. Them crazy fishies. Alright, move to their turn, please. Alright, you get an Aether Vial thing. You got a speaker down. Watch, we're gonna get them. They're gonna play a Lord. They're gonna play a Lord and swing in because Island Walk. Do it. And then we'll force and laugh. Do it. Do it. Do I block? What if I don't block? Let's go no block and see if they want to put a Lord effect in here. I'm willing them to have this Lord effect. Nope, didn't want it. They don't want it. Thank you for the follow. Play your creatures. Don't Watery Grave or Spreading Seas me. It's not the worst. We're going to be probably doing this combination. Force and Geralf's Messenger. Petty Thefts my Augur. Okay. I'll sacrifice to counter the Petty Theft here. And I draw a card. And I grow Carrion Feeder. I'm kind of good with that all around. Seems like a sweet deal. Am I in an airport? What? No, I'm not in an airport. What? Darkslick Shores. Let's go ahead and go combat here. Worst case scenario, I Fatal Push whatever is a blocker, and then I just Crypt Breaker here. If they do nothing, I sit here and just do a Geralf's Messenger and pass the turn. Blocking would have forced the Lord. It would have forced the Lord, but I don't have to force the Lord, obviously, here. Silvergill Adept here. Yeah, I don't understand your question about the airport. You might hear background music or noises, people talking. That's from the other room. As long as they're not distracting. Sounds like someone's making flight announcements. Is it really that loud? Here we go. They're going to put two things in and we're going to force them. This is going to be great. I love it. They're going to try to race us. Play something else. No, they're not. They're not distracting, I assume. I was gonna say they're supposed to be fairly quiet. One, two, three, one. You don't hear anything? Then J. Dempy Wolf has got keen hearing. For sure. I think I just say, like, okay to this. I'm going to just Fatal Push. Oh, gosh. I've got two Fatal Pushes now. Just, like, Fatal Push. Attack. Fatal Push. Carrion Feeder. This is 5, 6, 7. Seems like enough. I'm going to tap down something here. Trickster taps down Geralf's Messenger here. That's okay. Okay, so this is going to get tapped down. I think I'm still going to go ahead and attack. I'm going to remove the Trickster here. Still going to play Carrion Feeder. And I'm going to leave myself a Force of Despair open. We're doing Carrion Feeder here, so if they do something funny with Geralf's Messenger, at least I can sacrifice it. Will Halloween night be a Blood Moon night? I may not play on Halloween night, but on Friday, our roomie will be here. Most people don't even know what that means, Grayus and Zale. It's because you all are new. You're not long-time viewers yet. You're only long-time viewers when you know who Rumi is. When you know who Rumi is, then we're friends. The Rumi is a legend. Alright, so you have a Merfolk Mistbinder here. Rumi nights are fun. Oh, they are. Man, they're going to play super safe here, aren't they? Oh, you ordered one of my playmats. Oh, thanks. I unfortunately don't have one to show you because we gave them all away when we were doing that. But thank you. They are pretty sweet. I think they're both pretty nice. I'm trying to remember. I think I like the white one just a touch better. There's just like a very, very slight shadow on the other one. But they both look pretty good in my opinion. Alright, so we have a random Aether Vial here. We have a Garrus Messenger. This Crypt. A Polluted Delta. Alright. Let's play the Crypt Breaker down. This will give me something to use with the Carrion Feeder. Let's go attacking and see where blocks line out here. I think I have to attack with everything because I'm just not blocking. So let's see where things go. So we block here. We're going to let 3 through. You can't let 3 through. 3 means you're dead. Let's think about this briefly. So 3 means they're dead only if I could sacrifice this. And I won't be able to because Carrion Feeder is going through here. Sack, Crypt Breaker. Just sacrifice this. Trade here, trade there, have a 4/3. Sacrificing here and here doesn't save Carrion. This is a 3/3. What's interesting is if this dies, then this will die if I sacrifice here on the Crypt Breaker. Which seems okay, and then hitting for 3 seems okay as well. Speaker's a 3/3, and then all combat damage would resolve, and this would die. I kind of like this right here and seeing this part of the board wipe out here, and then we just have a 3/2 to deal with. And if they try to throw something in here, I have the Force. And then the worst case scenario here is that we Awakening the Carrion Feeder to do the last 3 points of damage next turn. So we're going to be at 7 here. I'm trying to think here what's entered the battlefield. This has not. This and this have not. I don't mind just doing this now. Okay. They're at 2, and I have the kill in hand. I just get back a Carrion Feeder and sacrifice Garrus Messenger. Force is spicy. It was just a 1 card removal there, but it could have been a lot more. Aether Vial coming in. Bouncing this is no good here because I just replay it. They have maximum 2 Lord effects here. Just simply attacking with Garrus Messenger is lethal. They untap the breeding pool here. This is a 4-3. It's a 5-3. Aether Vial. It's a 4-3. Okay. What is Miro Regery? I want to know the text of Miro Regery. No, not Miro Regery. That's here. 3. What else could they have on 3 here? The Merfolk Trickster? Could be. No, Trickster's 2. It's Regery, and then it's, I guess a Brazen Borrow or something that they're playing. I mean, if I return... I need some... Yeah, the bounce one. I guess I'm just attacking here. If they bounce... I think I just do this and see what they have. I mean, if they can't block it, they lose. And if they tap down, we can just get the way to... We don't have to do it at instant speed because we can go get Carrion Feeder. And if they bounce this, then I can replay it for the kill as well. That was a close one. That was a close one. Okay. All right. Yeah. Having all the stuff to just cast and stuff seems like it's always a good idea. Dos Equis, thank you, man. Thank you. Vesperlark Reanimator. I think I'm just sending back here. I wonder if removing the counter is going to be really even possible here. Like, is Village Rites may be important? I'll just leave Spark Harvest, Fatal Push, and all. Village Rites is maybe the only thing I think I'd want in. And they've now seen the Force of Despair, so they may play it even more cautiously. I could Awaken the Messenger if I had 6 mana. I wasn't quite there. Alright, we can't keep a 1-lander with all of this. Here we go. This looks pretty good. Turn 1, turn 2, turn 3 maybe. Ditch a land here. I would look up Awakening. I'm pretty sure it's converted mana cost is on there, but maybe I'm incorrect. I have to double check. I'd read the card before I get too crazy with it. We'll start with the Carrion Feeder, pass the turn. Force of Despair is kind of a cute card here. Aether Vial-less game here. You like Absolute Tear with Oops All Spells? It's getting close to up there with the same quality, in my opinion, as Gristlebrand. And we all know how I feel about Gristlebrand. I'm going to put an Undead Augur out here and swing in for 1 point. I was right about the Awakening. It's good to hear. It's good to hear. Green mana, Dismember. To me, that's okay. I know I don't draw with the Undead Augur, but they just took 4 damage instead of 1. The relic makes our reanimation spells a little bit awkward. That was a wonderful drink of water. Thank you. Neobrand is 11 out of 10. Fluffy at some point. Fluffy at never point. Water was redeemed recently. What if I block here? I don't think I block here. I've got the feed. I've got the feed and the Geralt's Messenger. We're chilling with our opponent here. Silvergill Adept. Land. Alright, let's just shock in here. Let's go ahead and put the Geralt's Messenger down. Let's pass the turn. It's going, Hazendan. It's going. Hydration was already redeemed. I gotta watch my bladder. Alright, 1 drop, 2 drop. Let's go. 1 drop, 2 drop. Turn Force of Despair, Plague Belcher, and then feed the Swarm something else. Woo, let's go. We need a 2,000 reward whiskey one. Shame. I don't drink. So that would get you nothing. Nada. Opponent's considering this, what, relic? Petty thefts are Augur. Okay. Aether Vial turn. We have a Lord of Atlantis. They're going to attack me for 4, is what it appears. This is an okay turn. Okay. Let's get 3 damage in. Let's wander and replay Augur here. And just pass the turn. Augur's going to be on blocking duty. On blocking duty. We're at 11 to 10. It's fairly close here. We know it's Lord of Atlantis, 1 under the card, and we do know about Brazen Borrower. Looking for that turn where they try to do Brazen plus Lord. There's Lord of Atlantis. So they hit us for 4 here. Let's assume that they're hitting us for 4. They hit me for 4. We can swing back for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is 8, 9. If we kill it. Yeah, it's all coming through. I'm just debating Force of Despair, the Plague Belcher, or Force of Despair, the Feed. If I take 4 here, I'm at 6. I probably want to shoot one of these as well. Worst case, there's another creature here. So I think it's going to be just Force of Despair, Plague Belcher here to get rid of Lord and take just the 4. I could block, I think, here, which maybe is the better line at this point, because then I can kill another creature. And this draws me a card as well. It's not the worst line here. Ooh, Fatal Push was actually a very good pickup. That's a relic thing. We'll get rid of Force of Despair. Alright. Polluted Delta down. I think I'm hitting for 5 here. I think I want to feed. And just pass the turn. We're feeding here instead because Fatal Push on Geralt's Messenger, based on whatever they have, could be lethal. Could be lethal. Could be lethal because we could hit our own Geralt's Messenger here. We'll see. This blocks only flyers. One's doing their relic thing again. Just gonna not worry about it here. Carrion Feeder down. Carrion Feeder gets kind of interesting here. And do some interesting sacrifices with the Geralf's Messenger. I think I'm just attacking. This is lethal. We have something that's going to tap something down. Taps this down. Gonna lose all abilities. Do I want to sacrifice now or later? Will it matter? I don't think it really matters. Just sacrifice now. They can do this, and if they do, then they don't have the Brazen Borrower, which is totally fine. Because the Brazen Borrower is probably killing me. Attack first, see if it lets it through. Okay. That's fine. I don't have to do anything here. I just untap now. Oh, that was at the end of my turn. A little lost at where we were. Okay. Goes for lethal here. Gonna get rid of the blocker here in case I get the captain. If I get the captain here, we swing back and kill. Killing one of the creatures that's attacking me, I think, prolongs, which is not where I want to be. Oh, Glasspool Mimic's a sweet one. Nice. Didn't think of that one. Glasspool Mimic comes down, copies, and Merfolk kill. It didn't look like our turn. Yeah, it was an interesting line there. All good. What are our draws? Carrion Feeder, Swamps, Undead Augur, and a Bantus. Interesting. That was a tough one. That was a tough one. I think with our Watery Grave, it always made it a little awkward because things are going to get island walk. But hey, blue-black zombies, 2-3 overall. I'm not disappointed. Not at all. List is pretty sweet. I think it would take a few more tries to kind of get some of the nuances of the list figured out. We have been figuring out a little bit of what Geralf's Messenger could do with either Plague Belcher, reducing that Undying, or the Soul Diviner as well. So we have some of those synergies. Making a huge Carrion Feeder with maybe Grave Crawlers as well was probably pretty good. But hey, what are you going to do? We did lose one of those to a Gristlebrand deck. You know what I say about that. Blue-black zombies, though. Modern, modern, modern.